You ever notice how sometimes a man won't just come right out and say he's crazy about you, but everything he does gives him away? That's because men often communicate their attraction through psychological tricks, sometimes without even realizing it. And if you can spot these signs, you'll know when he's not just interested, but when he's genuinely invested in you. Let me walk you through 6 powerful little behaviors men use when they're secretly falling for you. The first one is subtle mirroring. You might not even catch it at first, but if you laugh a certain way, he starts laughing that way too. You cross your arms, suddenly he's crossed his arms. You slow down your speech, and magically his voice adjusts too. Why? Because mirroring is a subconscious way of saying, I'm like you, I get you, we're connected. It's his way of aligning with your rhythm, almost like his heart is trying to beat in time with yours. If you see this, don't dismiss it. It's one of the clearest nonverbal clues that he's emotionally hooked. The second trick is playful teasing. Now, a lot of women misunderstand this. They think, why does he make fun of me sometimes? But when a man is genuinely into you, teasing isn't about putting you down. It's about breaking tension. It's his way of saying, can I get close to you emotionally without it being too serious right away? Teasing lowers the guard, creates laughter, and gives him a way to flirt while testing how safe he feels being vulnerable with you. If his teasing is light-hearted and always followed by warmth or a smile, he's not trying to annoy you, he's trying to connect. The third is creating inside jokes. This is one of my favorites because it shows he doesn't just want casual moments with you. He wants a secret world that only the two of you share. He'll take something small that happened, maybe something silly you said, and turn it into a little running joke. That inside reference becomes your private code, a bond no one else understands. Why does he do it? Because he's investing in memories with you. He wants to anchor your connection into his everyday life. That's not just interest, that's emotional commitment. Fourth is protective behavior. Men who are crazy about you can't help but slip into protector mode. He might place his hand on your back when you're walking through a crowd, step on the outside of the sidewalk, or check in when he senses you're off. He may not even articulate it, but what he's really saying is, your safety matters to me. I need to make sure you're okay. This doesn't mean you need protecting, but to him, it's an instinctual way to show care. And when a man goes into protector mode, that's not casual interest, that's deep emotional pull. And finally, let's talk about scarcity and attention shift. This one can feel a little confusing, but hear me out. When a man is crazy about you, sometimes he'll flood you with attention and then suddenly pull back, not because he's losing interest, but because he realizes he's giving you so much of himself that he needs to reset. It's almost like his way of making sure you feel his absence, so when he comes back, the connection feels even stronger. It's not a game, it's a psychological rhythm men fall into when their emotions are heightened. That push-pull isn't rejection, it's intensity. So when you put all of this together, the mirroring, the teasing, the inside jokes, the protective behavior, and even the occasional pulling back, you're not just watching random quirks. You're watching a man's psychology reveal what his words might not say yet, that he's falling and falling hard. And the beautiful part, once you recognize these tricks, you'll never again wonder if he's just interested or if he's truly crazy about you. Have you ever been sitting across from someone, maybe at a cafe or during a walk, and suddenly you notice they're doing the exact same thing you're doing? You lean in, and seconds later, they lean in too. You cross your legs, and almost like a shadow, they cross theirs. At first, you might think it's coincidence, but the truth is, it's not. It's one of the most powerful subconscious signs that someone is captivated by you. Mirroring. When a man is genuinely crazy about you, he doesn't always come out with grand speeches or romantic confessions right away. Instead, his body begins to betray his emotions. Without realizing it, he starts to align himself with your rhythm, your pace, your vibe. It's his brain saying, I want to be in sync with her. I want to match her world. This kind of mirroring goes far deeper than just physical posture. Watch closely, and you'll notice his tone of voice starts to sound like yours. If you're speaking calmly, he softens his voice too. If you're excited and animated, he raises his energy to meet yours. Even the speed at which he talks starts to shift, slowing down when you do, or quickening if you're telling a fast-paced story. It's like he's tuning his frequency to match yours, almost as if he doesn't want there to be any static between the two of you. That's not just attraction, that's emotional attunement. Think of it this way: when two people are deeply connected, they stop operating as individuals in conversation and start dancing to the same rhythm. Mirroring is the subconscious choreography of connection. He might not even know he's doing it, but his brain is saying, if I can match her, she'll feel I belong with her. And here's the fascinating part: mirroring doesn't just reflect attraction, it creates attraction. Because when someone mirrors us, our mind interprets it as, this person gets me, this person is like me. And what's more magnetic than that sense of being understood? Of course, you have to distinguish between casual mirroring and emotional mirroring. Lots of people copy each other's gestures without realizing it in everyday interactions. But when a man is crazy about you, the mirroring goes beyond surface level. He starts mirroring your emotional state. If you're upset, he gets quieter and more present. If you're joyful, he lights up like he just won the lottery. He's not just copying you, he's syncing with you emotionally because your state directly affects his. And that right there is one of the strongest signs of deep interest. So the next time you're with a man and you notice that little echo of your movements, your words, or even your moods, don't brush it off. It's not a trick he's planning or a game he's playing. It's instinct. It's his subconscious showing its hand before he ever says the words. That quiet mirroring is the first clue that you've gotten under his skin, that his heart is reaching out to meet yours, and that he's more invested than he probably even realizes yet. Have you ever wondered why a man who clearly likes you will sometimes tease you instead of just complimenting you? At first glance, it might seem a little childish, like something teenagers do in school. But playful teasing is one of the oldest and most powerful psychological tricks men use when they're secretly crazy about you. Why? Because teasing creates a space where he can flirt, lower the tension, and test how close he can get to you without making things too heavy too quickly. When a man teases you, it's rarely about the words themselves. It's about the energy behind them. He might poke fun at how you always order the same coffee or exaggerate the way you laugh at something, but notice what happens right after. He looks for your reaction. Does she smile? Does she laugh back? Does she push me away in a playful way? That reaction tells him how safe it is to keep moving closer to you emotionally. It's his way of dipping his toe in the water of vulnerability without diving in headfirst. Here's the beauty of it: teasing creates a little spark of tension, and tension is the lifeblood of attraction. Without it, things can feel flat, like a polite conversation at a networking event. But with teasing, suddenly there's play, there's laughter, and there's a little push-pull energy that draws you closer. Think about it. When he teases you in a light, cheeky way, he's really saying, I want to see you smile. I want to be the reason you laugh. And if he keeps doing it, it's because he's addicted to the way you respond. But there's another layer to this. Teasing isn't just about creating laughter. It's also about testing emotional intimacy. When he playfully calls you out on something, he's watching to see if you let him in. If you take it personally, he learns to hold back. But if you meet him on that level, tease him back, laugh, and play along, he realizes you're someone he can be real with. And that realization makes him double down on his attraction, because men crave women who can match their energy and still keep things fun. Of course, there's a big difference between teasing that's affectionate and teasing that's mean-spirited. When a man is genuinely crazy about you, his teasing never cuts deep. It's never about shaming you or pointing out insecurities. It's about lightening the atmosphere and pulling you into his world of fun. He wants to be memorable to you, not hurtful. He wants you to think of him as the one who can always bring a smile to your face, even in the middle of a serious day. So when you catch a man playfully joking with you, don't dismiss it as immaturity. Look closer, because more often than not, what looks like a silly joke is actually a secret doorway into his heart. It's his attempt to connect with you in a way that feels natural, effortless, and safe. And when you lean into it instead of resisting, you'll notice that playful teasing quickly becomes the foundation for a deeper, more magnetic bond. There's something incredibly powerful about the moment when a man takes a small, ordinary experience with you and turns it into an inside joke. It could be something as simple as the way you mispronounced a word once, a silly accident that happened when you were together, or even a comment you made that he just won't let you forget. On the surface, it seems playful, but underneath, it's one of the clearest signs he's crazy about you. Because when he creates inside jokes with you, he's not just trying to make you laugh. He's building a private world that only the two of you can enter. Think about it. Anyone can share laughs, but when he takes a moment and frames it as ours, he's creating intimacy. That inside joke becomes like a secret password, a reminder of a memory he doesn't want to let go of. It's his way of saying, "This moment with you mattered to me so much, I'm going to keep it alive." Every time he brings it up, he's reinvesting in that memory and strengthening the bond between you. Suddenly, what would have been a forgettable second becomes a thread in the fabric of your connection. Inside jokes are also a way of anchoring emotion. If the joke came from a funny or happy moment, then every time he mentions it, he's reactivating that same positive energy between you. It's almost like planting a seed of joy in your relationship that he can water whenever he wants. And if he's doing this often, it shows you're not just someone he enjoys spending time with. You're someone he wants to build a pattern of happiness with. That's not casual interest, that's emotional investment. There's also a subtle exclusivity in inside jokes. They're not meant for the world, they're meant for you and him. No one else understands them, and that's exactly the point. It's a quiet way of saying, we have something others don't. We have our own thing. This sense of shared secrecy builds a bond that feels special, unique, and irreplaceable. And when a man goes out of his way to create that kind of closeness, it's a powerful clue that he's emotionally hooked. Even more, inside jokes make communication easier and more fun. Imagine being in a serious or even awkward moment, and suddenly he drops that little phrase or reference you both know. Instantly, the tension breaks, you smile, and you're pulled right back into your connection. That's why men who are crazy about you will rely on these little codes. They're shortcuts back to intimacy, so when a man keeps bringing up those little "only we get it" jokes, don't overlook it. That's his way of telling you he doesn't just want moments with you, he wants memories, anchors, and shared language. And when a man starts building that kind of secret world with you, it's not just about humor, it's about commitment. It's his heart saying, I want to weave you into my story in ways no one else can touch. One of the most telling signs a man is crazy about you is the way he instinctively slips into protective mode. He doesn't have to say, I'll take care of you, because his actions already do the talking. Watch closely in small, everyday moments and you'll notice it. When you're walking on the street, he naturally positions himself on the side closer to traffic. In a crowded place, he places his hand gently on your back, guiding you so you don't get bumped. If you're carrying something heavy, he takes it without asking. These aren't grand gestures, they're subtle instincts. They reveal his deeper need to make sure you feel safe when you're with him. Now here's the interesting part. This behavior isn't about thinking you're fragile. It's not about doubting your strength. It's about his biology and emotions working together. Men who are deeply drawn to someone can't help but want to shield her from discomfort or harm, even in the smallest ways. He's not trying to control you, He's trying to communicate something powerful without words. You matter to me, your well-being is important to me, and I want you to know you're not alone. Sometimes this protective instinct shows up in emotional ways too. If someone upsets you, you'll notice his energy shift. His body language changes, his eyes narrow, his voice might get firmer. He doesn't just stand by, he feels the need to step in, to defend you, to restore your peace. It's like he's saying, your battles are my battles. Even when he can't fix the problem, he wants you to feel his presence beside you, steady and unwavering, and it doesn't stop at conflict. Protective behavior often shows in the tiniest gestures that might slip past unnoticed. He might text you to make sure you got home safely. He might remind you to grab a jacket if the weather turns cold. He might walk you to your car or slow his pace so you don't feel rushed. These may seem like small acts, but the truth is, they're the fingerprints of someone who is emotionally invested. A man doesn't do these things consistently for someone he doesn't care about. He does them because he can't help but prioritize you. There's something deeply attractive about this too, because it's not just about protection, it's about partnership. He's showing you, through action, that he's willing to share the load, to take responsibility, to be present in both the good and the uncomfortable. And when a man is crazy about you, that protective streak isn't a one-time gesture. It becomes part of how he shows up in your life. So when you notice these little moments, the hand at your back in a crowd, the quick text me when you get home, or the way he instinctively steps in when you're uneasy, don't overlook them. Those aren't casual habits. They are his subconscious way of showing you that your safety and your happiness have become intertwined with his own. And that is one of the strongest, most undeniable signs that he's not just interested, he's deeply, emotionally connected to you. One of the most confusing, yet powerful, psychological tricks men use when they're crazy about you is the push and pull of attention. At first, it feels intoxicating. He's all in. He calls often, he texts throughout the day, he's eager to see you, and you can feel his energy wrapping around you. Then suddenly, he pulls back. The messages slow down, the calls don't come as quickly, and you find yourself wondering, did something change? Did I do something wrong? But here's the truth, most of the time, this shift isn't about you. It's about him managing the intensity of his own emotions. When a man is deeply attracted, he sometimes realizes he's giving you so much of his focus that he needs to recalibrate. He feels vulnerable, exposed, and in that moment, his instinct is to step back, to breathe, and to see if the bond he feels is as strong when there's a little space. It's not a calculated game. It's his subconscious way of amplifying connection. Think about it. When he pulls away, you notice his absence, you miss him, and when he comes back, the reconnection feels even more powerful than before. That contrast, the fullness of his attention followed by the scarcity of it, is what keeps the dynamic charged with emotion. This psychological rhythm has a lot to do with desire. Desire thrives on space. If he's constantly there, if every second is filled with his attention, the mystery and anticipation fade. But when he pulls back, even slightly, it creates room for you to wonder, to think about him, to crave his presence. And when he returns, it feels like water in the desert, refreshing, irresistible, deeply satisfying. That push and pull is what makes the connection feel alive, not stagnant. Now here's the important part. This only happens when a man truly cares. If he didn't, he wouldn't bother to come back. His retreat would be permanent. But when he's crazy about you, the pullback is always temporary. It's his way of processing his feelings, of making sure he doesn't lose himself completely in the intensity, and of reminding both of you how much the connection matters. It's also a way for him to gauge your response. When he steps back, do you panic, chase, or question your worth? Or do you hold steady, confident in yourself, and wait for him to return? The latter not only reassures him, it deepens his attraction. Because men aren't just drawn to affection, They're drawn to women who can handle the ebb and flow of intimacy without losing themselves. So the next time a man who's been showering you with attention suddenly grows a little distant, don't jump to conclusions. Don't assume it means he's lost interest. More often than not, it's a sign he's so invested that he needs a moment to catch his breath. And when he comes back, as he always does when he's genuinely hooked, you'll notice his connection feels even more magnetic because the scarcity made the reunion that much sweeter